Guys, it's Jeremy here on Metal Music Meltdown, back with another video. What we got for today, guys, is another album review. This time we'll be checking out the band Skuld. They're a epic doom metal band based out of Russia. They do have quite of an odd history, but I'll explain quickly. Like I said, they're based out of Russia. They were formed in 1993. They had one album come out in 97 called Will of Gods is a Great Power. And it's a really underground classic that is a staple in the epic doom history. But weirdly enough, right after the album was put together and released, unfortunately the lead singer died in a train accident shortly afterwards in the same year. And they just kind of disappeared for decades and kind of disappeared into oblivion. And then just this year, 2024, they regrouped, got a new singer, and put out a new album entitled Ancient Doom Metal. And it was just released on July the 26th, so a couple weeks ago. And it's again called Epic Doom Metal. It's 50 minutes in length. It's only got 7 tracks. Really cool artwork, as you can see, like that archway is kind of the logo. It's really hard to see, but you can see it if you look at the top part, the word Skuld in there. But yeah, like I said, 27 years since they put out a record. They got a new singer, and I was really surprised to hear this even came out. I wasn't aware of it until I was recently putting together my next list for my top 20 albums of each subgenre, and I was tackling doom metal, so stay tuned for that. And spoiler alert, the original Skuld album was on my list because it's one I wanted to add because it's a crazy good album. And then when looking into that album and adding like the picture and everything, I came to realize that they had a new album after all these years. I didn't even know. And by fluke, it just happened to come out 2 weeks ago and I had no idea. So here I am. I wanted to check it out and review it. Like I said, it only came out a couple weeks ago, so it's really good timing. Just must be fate that I was putting together that Doom list because it made me come to realize that there's a new album that came out. So let's jump right in, guys. Like I said, 7 tracks, 50 minutes in length, just almost 51. Really, really good, just epic doom metal band. They're currently on High Roller Records, and if you love the Candlemass sound, they're kind of a Candlemass worship kind of band. Overall, comparing it to the debut, I prefer the debut overall, I think better. I think the other vocalist they had was a little bit better overall in my opinion, but the new guy does a really good job. He's got that really over-the-top soaring vocals over the music. Every track is just super epic. They all have follow kind of a similar formula. They have like those really melodic, super epic like lead guitar work that kind of soars over top of these really crunchy, kind of doomy riffs that really punch underneath, and then the vocals just soar over the top. Really good sound, super epic all the time. Every song in this album is pretty banger. Like it's not really a weak song I should say. If I had to pick a song that was kind of a more standout song, the Young God Resurrected #2 had some really cool moments in it. Like 3/4 of the way through the song, it had these really crunchy riffs that kind of came in and really kind of punched a little bit harder. And then in the far northern corner, it had these kind of really cool, epic kind of vocal chants kind of thing. Kind of similar to like a Conan the Barbarian movie where it has like the really cool epic music happening and then the vocals are just doing one of these kind of like that kind of humming kind of effect, and it really made it super epic. That was really cool. And the last track, The Enemy Among Us, I think was probably the most epic sounding of all of them. Good way to finish the album. Probably my favorite song on the album I should say. It kind of stood out the most to me overall at the end. Pretty long tracks. They range from 6 minutes is the shortest, 6:13, and it goes up to 9:36. So yeah, they're all pretty long tracks, but they don't feel long. They go really quick. The flow of the songs is really efficient and tells a story really effectively. Doesn't feel like a long song at all. They go by really quickly. The one that is 9 minutes, 9.5 minutes, it's called Alu, and then My Protection, ALU. Really cool song. It definitely does have that epic feel to it, the long song, but again, it goes by really quickly and just really blast and has really cool riffs and vocals, etc. So it's a really cool song. Strengths of the album, The production sounds really good. It's bombastic. It's heavy sounding. The guitars are really crisp and clear sounding, and the drums underneath really have a good punch to them. They really have good power. Vocals sound really good. He's got a really good voice. He really hits those high notes. Really soars over the top of the instrumentation. The mix is really well done. Sometimes the voice, the vocals a little bit higher in the mix than they should be in parts, but overall it sounds pretty good. I could hear pretty much all the instruments pretty clearly. Wasn't really any tracks that were, I wouldn't say were bad, but my standard tracks, like I said, were The Enemy Among Us, probably Young God Resurrected, and probably the epic as well. That Lou was really good as well. But overall ranking for this album out of 10, I prefer the debut overall a little bit better, but if you love Candlemass and like that epic doom metal kind of feel, you'll definitely love this album. It really kicks ass. I'd give it a solid 7.75 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, listened to it a few times through, and it's definitely a really strong album. Really happy I came across this during my list, and by far, super happy I came across it. So guys, if you're not familiar with this band, please check them out. This one as well as their debut. And stay tuned for my Doom list that will be coming out, but spoiler alert, you'll kind of know now that the debut Skuld album is on there. But yeah, that's my next video that should be released as my top 20 albums of doom metal. So definitely stay tuned for that. And if there's any other albums coming out I should check out, guys, to review, let me know down below. And thanks for watching, guys, and keep it metal.